We're back. Hey guys. So we just uploaded the video, I think, and now what we're gonna do is gonna do a little bit of job seeking, maybe like 10 minutes, and then we're gonna do some React challenges. So yeah, if you're interested in that, make sure to subscribe, like, and comment if you want to see me make 600 every 7 years. And let's get immediately into it. No time to waste. We're here to get the job done. All right. So yeah. Let me translate the page. Let's see. Alright. We here. Um, let's see the main page. Doesn't look good. Oh no. No new jobs. Work from home. Oh, you need to have like home working options. 2 mandatory off days a week. You're. Why are you lying? Again. Just gonna say. Really. Um. Otherwise. Alright. Report it. How you doing, Subham? We just started. I just uploaded the video and I thought we mainly gonna put the stream on. And yeah, how are you doing? Did you get a new laptop? I was thinking about it today, like, wow, what am I gonna do without a computer? I cannot even do something. So yeah, that was pretty crazy. Web editor energy transition. Creative content creator. And the money isn't that good. Okay. Oh, doesn't look too good. The front page is basically telling me like, hey, there are no new jobs. That is what the front page. The front page. Traineeship. Marketer. Now I will use this for a while until it totally dies. Or you're a daredevil. Or do you need the money? Do you have the capacity for it currently? Because that makes total sense, right? Like, don't be embarrassed, right? So, it's totally fine. This is, how far this is? It's really far. Like, more jobs will get fulfilled if they just drop the hybrid or office. Like more jobs. Yeah, I don't understand. All right, let's get the keyword in. Let's do it on date. Web analyst. Google Tag Manager. Tools as BigQuery and Power BI. Okay, I am not gonna do that. Laptops are very expensive. I cannot even afford a ThinkPad. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry to hear that. That's that sucks. Like, loss for words sucks. Like, people don't know how good they have it here in my country. I know a guy. He has like 13 laptops, something like that, and he's just using one. And he just buys them as a hobby. Like, he doesn't know how good he has it. And I tell him, don't do that. Leave something for the rest of us. But is it possible to get something like second hand or something? 5 years. Two or 3 days at the office. But people from Belgium can work remote. Are you fucking kidding me? Able to maintain good communication with other front-end developers working remotely from Belgium. So I cannot work remote, but they can. That's a new one actually. This is discrimination. I'm just gonna report. I'm gonna report. Can work remote and some do not. Get out. It may have defects, yes. That is the issue. Yeah. It's a risk, right? God damn it. Let's change the music. It's a bit downy. Let's do let me see. Let's do the drum and bass again. I'm gonna do some new music soon. Okay. Let me see. Recruiters. Salesforce developer. Haven't heard of that. Profi workers. This is probably a okay, it's a recruiter. 2 years of experience. Let me just verify if that's true. Profi workers. Let's see what it is. Hire expert to be hired. Yeah, that's basically a vacancy website. Yeah. I hate when they do this. There's so many recruiters. I'm not sure why it's cluttered like that. Let me actually see if I have certain responses because I've been applying for a while, but let me see. So I see I have 37 responses. Um, okay. And some of them are closed without, yeah. Okay. Yeah, that it looks like there's nothing here, right? Let's try WordPress. I need a plus I need to upgrade my current laptop. Got Intel Pentium Gold. I don't know how good or bad that is, so I'm sorry. Good company. I have 2 more minutes, right? Or 25 seconds. Okay, so this is the end page. A lot of Basically over 12 years, yeah, you kind of need a, yeah, you need to upgrade. Okay, well, no jobs. You've seen it, right? We have to try to apply it. There's no jobs, so let's start. You've seen it. Let's set a timer for this. So for every question, I want to do, because this is repeating, I give it max 15 minutes for each one. Okay. Give me a second. Okay. 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 All right. Let's see. Okay, we have it here. Awesome. Now, let's see on a sheet what we have to do. Let's start on the top. Okay, we have to do some fetching here. Okay, let's do some fetching. We have to do fetching use effect, axios, and React create. Now, I don't know React create that well yet, but yeah, let's do that. So first things first, we need to store or use effect somewhere. But first we need to import that. So we're gonna say React React now import React useState. Yeah, okay, we have it here. IMRS. Okay. So we have a useState here. Then we're gonna import a useState. Let's actually set the timer. And we're gonna just do a fetching, right? Const data set data, which is equal to use state, and that use state starts with an array. Okay, so we have something to store the data, and we actually also need a use effect because we're gonna fetch normally first. So those are the two things. What is going on? Yeah, they're never read, obviously. Okay. And let's zoom in for a bit. I'm gonna do use effect. Okay, so the first thing that we're gonna do is make a function. So we're gonna say const fetch data is equal to an lambda. Okay. I'm not gonna do about controllers today. We're just gonna do this. Then we're gonna say const response is equal to fetch, and we're gonna fetch the link. So JSON placeholder. Okay. We have a placeholder. Now, because we have the placeholder, we need to check if it doesn't, is it not okay, then we should return maybe a console log error. Console log, let me see. Console log error. no good res. Okay, what's going on here? Property okay does not exist on type. We'll deal with it later. Now, we're gonna say const because we need to put it somewhere. Let's do const JSON is equal to res.json. Okay, and then we're gonna say set data is equal to JSON. Okay, and we're not gonna do any check, maybe a try catch. Let's do a try catch. Okay, try. We're also gonna try. And then we're gonna do console log error. We're gonna say error. Okay. We can do a finally, but I'm not gonna do that. Is this a problem? Property JSON does not exist. Oh, okay. Then I need these two then to go down. Like I've never used try catch, to be honest. This is like mostly back-end people do this. Yeah, I cannot find invest. Okay, so we do it here. But then we have an issue here. What's going on? Is that an issue? Anyways, we're not gonna return anything. And we don't have a dependency, but we're gonna invoke the function. So it gets run. Fetch data. Oh, okay. I know what's going on. I totally forgot. Am I doing it wrong? Okay. Then I should put async here. Okay. I think something like this. Catch. And I'm not gonna do finally. I think this is okay. Fetch data. Okay. So now we have certain data, right? I'm gonna see what did I exactly copy. Well, to-dos. I think that's what we want to fetch. Yeah. Okay. Now let's map over that. So let's say data dot map. I'm gonna say item. Let's actually destructure. Title, ID. Forgot the parentheses. Let me do that now before it gets an issue. Okay. Okay. Did I type it right? I did. Then, before we do that, we want to actually have an put out a list. Right? Let me think about it. Nah, let's do the list inside, to be honest. So let's do it here. And we want to have a key. Yeah, it doesn't matter for now. As long as it's working. So, and then we're gonna use title because we destructured it. We can use title here, and then we have an issue here. Let me see what the issue is about. There should be no issue, to be honest, but yeah, there is. Data.map. Title ID. Maybe I should not destructure ID, maybe? No, I should. It does give an error. Oh yeah, I see it. So we need to say return something because we're using curly braces. And that should solve the issue. I have nothing on the screen though. Am I fetching it right? Let's see. Let's see what the... If I have errors. Okay. Hooks can only be called inside of a function component. This could happen for the following reasons. Okay. So basically what it's saying is that this one, I should have that here. That's basically what it's saying. Okay, great. We got the list. So we had a successful fetch. All right, we can cross that off. So let's do that. So let's do the actions way as well. So then we have to import actions. Import actions from I'm not sure where from. Actions maybe. Let's see. Is that an issue? Actions declared, but the value is never read. Okay, so we can use it. We don't have to do this. Constres is await axios.get. That's the first one. And then we can set the data immediately to res. Okay, and this is a issue TypeScript error issue. I'm not gonna do that right now. But I want to see if it's fetched something. Okay, that it does not. So there's definitely an issue here. Let me see. Constres await axios.get, and they said set data to res. I'm wondering if I actually have to use async because maybe it is already. Let's see. Okay, that is something I need to go for to the documentation. But let's see first what the error is. Data.map is not a function. No, obvious. Yes, but I'm not using it as a function. Well, kinda. Yeah, I'm mapping out an array. Okay, let's go to the actions documentation. Let's see. I'm fetching it wrong. Am I... Okay, input actions from actions. Okay, that's what I'm doing right. Maybe it's a linting issue, but we'll get to it. Okay. Ah, I see. Okay, this is what we should do. We should put a dot then. So dot then. Okay. And then it says function response. No, we don't need that. We just need this one, I think. That's totally fine, right? Shouldn't it? No? Cannot access rest before initialization. Okay, so I do need an IAFE. Okay. Sure, let's import that. So dot then, and we're gonna say res. Also console log res, and then we're gonna say set data to res. Okay, error. Okay. It does fetch, so we do have stuff. Data 200 data. Okay, good. So that's good. Data.map is not a function. Okay, so we have an issue that this is correct now, but how I'm mapping this is not correct. It's never used. What do you mean? It is used. Oh, okay. Okay. Still, data.map is not a function. Okay. Um. Oh, I can use async await. I see. Okay, let's just do that. Async. And let's do await. Await access could get. Okay. Okay. But we still get nothing. Okay. Cannot access rest before initialization. And that's because of this one. Then. And then we get data map is not a function, but we do get the data. So how we are mapping it is a problem. Okay. Well, if that is true, then how we are going to access it then? That's the question. I'm terrified of maths. Why? Let me see. These are TypeScript issues. But here it says, don't I need to do this then? Oh, I can just say actions.get without const res. Can I just do this? But that will give an error. Oh, I think I know. You have to say rest of data, I think. Yeah. I will explain why. So you're tying this to no this data here. Let me get the console here. Here it gives me a data parameter, and I should check this one. Okay, great. Okay, that's not bad. How much time do we have left? Oh, the time already run out. Well, it's not a big deal. I think we understand it good enough. We might, yeah, mistake Axios. Yeah, I think Axios. And we're gonna repeat, yes. We're probably gonna repeat it in a couple of days. I think like it's not that important anymore. So yeah, all right. The next question we need to do. Let's actually do the counter again. It's a long time ago that we did that, so. And then I'm gonna read what you guys are saying, so give me a second. Why are you terrified of maths? Mathematics? Mm, let's see. Okay, so we have a counter. We don't have anything on screen, and it says an array, but let's start with 0. Okay, let's put in the functions. So on click, we want to fire a function, and we want to say set counter count or current. Let's do current, so we know what it is, which is current plus 1. So now we know we can add something. Okay, great. Why are you terrified of maths? Subham. It's a bit quiet on the stream today, isn't it? Hmm. Gonna say set counter. Gonna say current. Current. And we're gonna say as current less than 0. What do we want to output? Else we want to output current -1. Okay. I should be able to do this. Oh, okay, because it's a number. Okay. Oh, then I have to do 0. Okay, sure. Let's see. Oh, that's not good. Mm, I was seeing the roadmaps of data structures, DS, and it had calculus. Is that what I'm seeing, right? Mm, can I just say return? No. I have to think about this conditional for a second. Okay, great. Okay, reset. So on click, um, with the fire function. No, actually we don't have the fire function. We just say set counter equal to 0. And that gives an error because we have the fire function first. Okay. Okay. Well, that seems data science. Yeah, obviously data science has calculus, right? But don't worry too much about it. There's actually I actually saw yesterday a Python calculus course. Let me see on a free code camp. Free code camp, Python calculus, something like that. I saw this guy. Full course with college calculus with Python code. This might be your savior. Just I saw it yesterday on YouTube. I was like scrolling a bit. Let's see what it was feeding me, and then I saw this. So yeah, you're welcome. Okay, great. So we did this one. Attempt went well. Okay, next one. 2nd of May, 2nd of May. Okay, it seems that we are going to do the accordion again. But because we're doing the accordion, um, let's do that. So we're just gonna say like a button. Um, now we have to map first, but let's set a dummy button, dummy, and let's say if you on-click, you want a fire function, and we want to return. Not sure if this is possible, guys, but trying. Return dummy answer. Let's see if this happens. This is okay. It doesn't appear. Well, it might. Right? Don't get cocky here. Let's wipe. Okay, and let's do the data. Okay. So when I click on it, nothing happens. Okay. You never get rid of calculus and discrete maths if you're doing Python, and if you're gonna do something with data science or statistics or anything like that. Okay. Import React use state. Okay. Great. Yeah. Okay, that can be returned on click dummy. Okay. Let's return something else. Console. Okay, console log. Um, I click. Let's see. Okay, that does work. So that means that this should also work. But we're not necessarily returning it on the screen. Like, we're not gonna do an advanced one. We just try to get it on screen as fast as possible. Mm. Yeah, that's a big no-no. Mm. Let me think. Why am I actually firing a function? Can I not just return? Not really. Okay. We do need to fire a function. Hmm. Hmm. It should do this, though. I'm not sure. It should return something. Like we can make a function for it, right? But then we have a use state. That's something that we can do. So let's try it. Okay. Const data set data use state. Mm, I'm not sure this is the right answer to do this. Let's keep it empty, to be honest. Okay. And then we can say, but then we have a set. We can set data equal to something, right? For example, we can set data to dummy answer, right? And then we can say data. That doesn't make any sense, but I just try to return something on screen, to be honest. Of course, then I have to do set data. This is not gonna work, right? That doesn't work that way. Because then we have to fire another function then. Damn it. Oh, that would never work. But nice try though. If we can do this. But then it's gonna randomly appear on the screen, to be honest. Like, it's not gonna appear anywhere. Okay. I give up actually. For like a simple... I think I wanna do this as an answer. Okay. Release me from my insane bad React. Oh. Huh? Let me read. But we haven't set data to anything. What have we set data to then? Oh, this one? But then we can just say this one. And then we can then say data is true. Then we render. Yeah, well, it's a better professor than but that doesn't do anything, to be honest. Yeah. I just say that it's absolutely true, which makes sense. Okay. Okay. Um, then we're gonna say this one, and we're gonna say, right. I don't need this function. I can just say set data to to dummy data. What's going on? Okay. Okay. That was very simple. So that is how you can make an accordion, right? This is the most simple coding ever, right? So, but it works. Okay. Well, we failed it, so uh, I think use state problem. It's a use state problem. Okay. So repeat. Yes. When are we going to repeat? Um, let's do. Oh. Okay. Let's do 5-5. Okay. So we have room to do new practices. All right. Next one. 2nd of May. What am I making? No, I'm just practicing basic React, and the reason why we're doing that is because we have an interview coming up, and with interviews we don't want to waste time. We want to be ready. It's just like studying for an React exam, basically. How are you doing? Okay, are we missing something? Attempt 4 to-do list. Okay, we have to do to-do list. Okay, let's do a to-do list. Obviously, you want to have an array for a to-do list. And I'm gonna say to do, set to do. We need another use state to store our input. So we're gonna say input, set input. This is going to be use state. And we don't know what it's gonna be, so let's start with a string. Okay, so we're gonna make it to do now. Type is text, sure. Let's do a placeholder. And the placeholder is going to be. Oh, thanks, bro. Thanks, bro. This is just basic stuff, but yeah, you know, the basic stuff matters, right? Um, add on to do. So let's see if we have the placeholder. Awesome. Let's see what we do need here. We need a name. No, not a name. We don't need a name for this. We're gonna do the value, and the value is going to be, because we're gonna do a controlled input. The value is going to be let me think about it. I think the value is gonna be the input, yeah. And then we're gonna say on change. On change, we want to fire function, and we're gonna set input to target target value, something like this. So let's test that. Let's test the input. Okay, so we see it appearing on the screen, so that's good. That works. But now we need to add it, right? We need to add. So let's make a button, and we're gonna say add to do. Okay, so we have a button here, and let's make a function, which is called add to do. Let me see, function add to do. Let's make a const function actually. Const add to do is an anonymous function. Okay, so first thing what we want to do if input is equal to this return, we don't want to do anything basically. Also, if we have done our set to do, we want to set input, right? Like if the input is done, we want to empty that out. Then what we also want to do is set to do. I'm gonna start with an array. We're gonna grab all the to dos what we have, and we're gonna grab the input. I think that is string is not assignable to never. I'm forgetting something then. Let me see. Think parentheses maybe. Syntax issue. No, it's not. I don't think it works this way. No. God damn it. Let me see. We have an empty array. We want to spread the to-dos, and then we want to add the input. So that's correct. But what is not correct is the how I poured it in. So let's think about that. That's not gonna work, but let's actually remove the P. And let's do the on click. On click. And we're gonna say add to do. It's not gonna add a to do, right? But it makes total sense because I'm doing this wrong. Curly faces? No. Huh? Why am I struggling? Okay, we should open this one. And then we have the array. Don't need an array then? Spread argument which either have a tuple, pass. Yeah. That's what I mean. Maybe I should only put this in an array, maybe? But then we have an input. Yeah, got two. But then we get two arrays if I do this. Damn it. But this is what I did. This is what I firstly did. Type string is not... Oh, it's a TypeScript error. We don't care about TypeScript errors. But it doesn't appear on screen though. What's your age? Why are you asking? I don't like to reveal a lot about myself, to be honest, in that way. How are you doing? old enough to get a job. We're forgetting to render it out. That's the problem. We should add a map. Okay. To do the map. Let's actually only do let's do item and ID. It's not a big. No, I think ID is standard in React. So okay, and then we want to render out a list, and it's gonna be and it's gonna be key. You know what? Okay, done. So let's see to do. And result is good. I don't think we need to do this anymore. So, alright. So we did already 3 questions. So we're gonna do something new. Model click anywhere. So I have no idea how this would ever play out, but let's see what we have. And let's make a plan and let's just try it. Let's reset the timer. Okay. Let's go to React interview challenges. Give me a second. Model click anywhere. Accordion model. Okay. Great. We got something like this, and we're gonna say async fetch. Okay, let's see what we have on the screen. Okay. Open model. I have an S somewhere. Okay. Okay, so the question, these are the questions. Clicking, is it correct? No, this is the wrong one. Okay, I should implement logic open close. Let me actually put it on the screen. So, okay, implement logic to open close the model. And we have a boolean. We can do this in multiple ways. I'm thinking what I should do. Const open model. It's an anonymous function. Okay, that's the first thing that we have. And we're going to say if is open, return nothing. I'm going to do return nothing for now. Okay. And we want to appoint something later. Is open and n. Okay, and then we want to reveal this. Is this already on the screen? No. So it's a show height. But then if that is true, then we can say set is open, and then we can say like making a toggle, right? We can make a toggle here. I'm thinking about approaches. So give me a second. What will be good here? Um, we don't have these classes. And it's only, oh, it has a close button as well. Okay, so we have to do two things. Mm, what should I do with the close one though? Should I make it reusable or should I just make two separates? Let's make two separate. Close model. Okay. I'm just gonna try something, right? So, um, let's see. Okay. Um, hmm. Let me think. Let me think. Did I put the timer? No, I did not. So let's set 10 minutes for this. Okay, great. Mm, it's only differential calculus and continuity. I can handle that. Yeah, okay. That's not too hard. Mm, we can just what we can do. Let, let, let's make a toggle because else you can see that I'm tired. Like it's already been 12 hours. So um, const toggle model, and then what we can say is Perficius um, cannot be Perficius, right? That's something that we can do. And then we can say toggle model but yeah, okay. And then we have to do close. We have to do the opposite actually, or we can maybe just set it like this as well. Let's see. But that's not actually closing and opening, right? So, but this is a answer. Mm, we have 7 minutes. Um, I'm thinking about it. I think what we can do. Um, you know, the most simple answer, we can just say, okay, I think I know. We have set this to false, right? So we're gonna say when it opens the model, we're just gonna say is open true. Like, no, we're just gonna say it to true. And else we're gonna set it to false, right? I think we can do this. I hope we can do this. Let's put it that way. Okay, sure. Okay, so the second question is clicking outside the model should also close it. I have no idea how to approach that, to be honest, but we have 4.5 minutes to think about it. Click outside. Click anywhere. So we have a separate. So then we're gonna say Perficious cannot be Perficious first, right? And then we can say the toggle for toggle model. And we say click anywhere. Okay, click anywhere model. Okay. Make the entire page the model. Yeah, that's basically it, but I just don't know how to get that state because we need to use effect for this, right? We need to use effect, and then I can actually get it directly from the DOM. But I'm not sure, maybe there's a better way, and that's what I'm thinking about. Like, I know the use effect way. Let me see if it still works. Okay, it does. click anywhere. I think I know a way. Okay. Um, so we're gonna just set is open to false. We're gonna be a bit sneaky here. And then we're gonna say um, let's assume this is the entire page, right? We can just say on click and we say click anywhere model, and that means it doesn't work because it's set to false. Let's put a div on top of it. Well, you know, there's time pressure, so I don't have time to think about it. Like with raw G, like what we're just saying, movement master. You're right, right? We can use a use effect, and then we can grab the things, or we can set dangerously HTML, and then we can do it as well. But I want to see if this is a solution. I don't know what I'm doing, right? Okay, first we have to toggle the model, but if I click anywhere, that's an issue. Um, but then I have to use a class name and then click anywhere. Mm. Can I get away with this? No. Okay. Only if it's open. So I have to first check if it's open, of course. Okay. Um, yeah, I've set it to false. Uh, I cannot do that because it's Boolean. That looks really messy, but okay, this is my answer. Okay, doesn't work. Sure. Let's check the answer. No worries. We ran out of time, so let's see. Yeah, okay. Okay, let's see. So it is using a use effect. Okay, I figured. Okay. Is it possible without use effect? Okay, let's see. So we have to toggle. Or we can use a use ref. Sure. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Sure. We can use a use ref. Um, also without use ref. Event bubbling. If eTarget is eCurrentTarget, set open to fields. Okay, let's see where it is. Only close if they click directly on the backdrop. Not children. Okay. Okay, I want to see this. Let's see. Let's see. I don't know if I need to change anything, but I'm just gonna try it like this. Okay. Let's compare. Okay, let's see. Yeah. Okay. This should be. I tried to be sneaky here. I remember. Okay, let's remove the body. Okay. Okay, it works because we are clicking somewhere here. So, sure. Yeah. Okay. Good. Like you cannot really see it, but then we have to do some styling, right? But I'm not gonna do some styling right now, so let's try it again. Alright, great. And how did they did this? They set the eTarget to the eCurrentTarget. But this is raw JavaScript. Yeah, I did not notice. It's good to know. Okay, let's see the use effect way. Yeah, we can use ref and use effect way. Let me see. Model ref current. Is true contains event target set open to fields. If it's open, and then the open is the dependency. Yeah. Okay. Handle click outside. If it's open, mouse down. Else, mouse down. Click handle outside. Okay. It's basically setting a false to false, but it needs an event target. Okay. Okay. This is not my favorite way of doing it, to be honest. It could be cleaner. I do like the use ref. We haven't used use ref in ages actually, but it's good that we yeah, if a target set is open to fields. Yeah. But I like this better. Yeah. Let me see. Mother ref is use ref. Let me say mother ref current. It's not mother ref current contains e target. Yeah. It's not that clean. Not a fan of that, to be honest. I think this one is the cleanest. So let me screenshot of that. Okay. And we're gonna say click model, model. Okay, and let's just in case do the use ref. Right. Okay. Uh, model use ref. Okay, great. So we did that one. So let's write it down. So model click anywhere. It is actually the 2nd of May, but I'm gonna put the 1st of May. And we're gonna set it to neutral. Click anywhere. Click anywhere. It's a problem. Let's do it on the 3rd of May. Second event. Okay, so now we actually need to read about reducer and context. I don't feel like reading right now, so let's see what we can do instead. Um, I don't want to work on projects. That's not the point. Yeah, I think that's good. What should we do? Like I only plan to do this, so maybe I should plan a bit more for the stream. I think that's convenient. So let's I need to think about that the next time. Hmm. Suddenly the stream feels so short. Let's see the goals that I have for this month. Maybe we can work a bit on that. Let's see, quarter two. We can continue the app right, I see. We almost did that one. We have to learn Shopify, I see. Is this the right quarter? Let me see. Yeah, it is. Yeah, I think that's basically it for this stream. So next time I'm gonna plan a bit more so you guys have more entertainment. But we already did everything what we should do. And I don't want to get ahead of myself, and I will tell you why. Because if I get ahead of myself and I get like days where I'm really very miserable, you know, emotionally, then I have too much on my plate, and I just don't want to do that right now, especially not in the beginning. Um, but yeah, progress is going well, right? Like we're seeing some green stuff going on here. So yeah. And tomorrow we have planned a tab component and the other ones. So not too complex. Yeah, I think I'm gonna end it here because I should plan a bit more. I'm gonna plan more for the stream, so the stream will be a bit longer. I don't wanna how do you call it? Go ahead of myself or do unnecessary things. We have like 7 years, but 7 years for 600 a day can be a lot. So I don't want to do too much. Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna round it off here. There are no jobs, right? No job seeking. There's nothing, right? You've seen it, so yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. Thank you so much for coming by. Thank you, Movie Master. Thank you, Ayush, and thank you, Adayame, and thank you, Supam, for being here. I will see you next time, tomorrow.